All right, check this out. You guys are back on the Hater World and on Blue Devil. What we have going on today is something a little bit different. Look, everybody been sending me this video of CMac, aka the 5'5 General, on Swamp Stories, right? And listen, it's too many people to count, bro. It's ridiculous amount of times that people have been sending me this, but it is too long to react to the whole thing, right? So what we gonna do is watch it all the way through. I ain't gonna stop it. I'm gonna just speak over it. All right, so that way we don't make it longer than 22 minutes. So grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, grab your old English, and let's go ahead and watch this together. Now, I don't watch Swamp Stories, all right? I don't watch it. I watched one episode a long time ago, and, I don't like, I tell you the truth, I don't like watching gang videos, gang stuff, like videos about gangs, prison, gang banging stories. I don't even like watching old documentaries about like Death Row, Tupac. Like I feel like I already watched all that stuff when I was a kid. It really doesn't call my name anymore. You feel what I'm saying? I'm more of a sci-fi guy, but we'll get to that later. So let's go ahead and watch this video together and just have a good old time. So with no further ado, let's get you guys a Southsider's reaction. Let's go.
Stories video.
Yeah.
"55th Street General."
Damn.
On hood.
Welcome back to another episode of Swamp Stories. For this video, we do something completely out of the ordinary. A while back, I decided to make the channel more serious and to avoid these kind of videos. But after seeing CMac lie about his life story, diss me, and call out people that he's never met, I decided that I have to go in. After I dropped my original 55th Street video, my DMs were flooded with LA people telling me that CMac is a complete fraud.
Wow.
Initially, I ignored these messages because I figured that it was just haters being haters. But once I saw that he dissed me, I decided to look into it myself.
Wow.
What if I told you that everything CMac has ever said was a lie and that keeping it 55th Street was never his life? Or shall I say, keeping it 55th Street? Enough is enough. Today is the day where CMac will never disrespect Swamp Stories again. But before we get into it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. You can also subscribe to the second channel where you can find videos just like this one. Yes, go subscribe to Swamp Shorts where you'll find 10 to 15 minute videos that don't make the main channel. And with all that being said, let's get right into it.
For just $67, you can make as many videos as you want, and you never need to pick up a...
The story begins about an hour and a half east of South Central LA in the suburban city of Rancho Cucamonga, California. If you're unfamiliar, this is where the movie Next Friday was filmed.
No more locked doors! Gracias!
But it's also where a young man named Trevor Hurd was born in February of 1993. Despite living in the suburbs, life was not always peaches and cream for young Trevor. In fact, at just 2 years old, his father, Trevor Sr., moved out to Orange County. However, his young mother named Crystal was able to hold down multiple jobs and get them a house in the nearby Ontario, California. This quiet and peaceful cul-de-sac is where Trevor spent the majority of his childhood, far from the wild...
Hold on, I do have to pause it there. Ontario's not nice like he's making it sound to be, bro. Okay? I lived on Sunkist Street. And if you know about Sunkist, then you know what I'm talking about. That's simple. I lived there as a child, but if you know, let's go.
streets of LA. From 1st to 3rd grade, Trevor attended Newman Elementary in Chino Hills, one of the highly ranked schools in the Inland Empire. However, despite being a sheltered kid, Trevor had all sorts of behavioral issues growing up.
I mean, this kid was jumping out of the window, you know, at 6 and 7 years of age, you know, to go out and explore.
And you allowed it.
Just like, we had to lock the windows, and I'm sure he felt like incarcerated. And I know that feeling.
The fuck?
But
at 6 he felt incarcerated. What a good job, Mom.
He went to Newman Elementary School, and I would receive tons of calls daily. Just, you know, your son, he's not doing what, you know, we're asking him to do. He's doing just the opposite. So it's not that he's just not doing it.
Hey, at that age,
he's gonna do the opposite.
It's the parents' responsibility, bro.
Through Thuridazine, everything to try to get him regulated.
Okay.
So, and me being a young mom, that was very challenging.
To mend these issues, Trevor's mom sent him to a private military boarding school hours away. However, after 14 months, Trevor was expelled and sent back home to Chino, California.
So we put him in military school, and they did drills, they did academics, they did PT. He was up early in the morning, and he was disciplined for about 14 months. Very challenging on me.
Wow.
So the military school didn't help him at all?
He got kicked out of military school. Kicked out of military school. They said, I'm sorry, we don't have anything else that we can offer your son at this time.
That happens.
You know, his behavior is too
My
drastic.
nephew got kicked out
By
of
the
like
time
some
Trevor
police camp.
returned home, his mother already had plans to move to Houston, Texas with her boyfriend. This would be a man
Mr.
known
Gary.
as Mr. Gary, who lived in the suburb of Katy, Texas. According to CMac, he didn't move to Texas until 2009 or 2010.
So what age was that you went to Texas?
Hold on, god damn it. Oh,
I like the shades.
2000, god damn it, 2009, 2010.
Okay.
That's a teenager on Hood in Houston, Texas. I did 2 years out there. I never graduated or nothing, but look, at least I went. Look.
But according to his mom, he actually moved there as a little kid.
Oh, so he was there 14 months?
Yes.
You know what age?
I want to say roughly 7 to 9.
Who's lying?
Young.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Somebody
And
is
at
lying.
that point, that's when he moved to Texas. And that's when he moved to Texas.
Wow.
This game,
Hey, don't talk about it. I don't want to hear this premium
you're not
shit.
ready for.
So for the next few years, Trevor went to middle school in Katy, Texas, and things were kind of coming together for the family. But then everything came crashing down. One day after returning home from work, Trevor's mom walked in on something she never thought she'd see. She walked in on her beloved Mr.
Oh.
Gary with a Brock Lesnar lookalike.
What?
As you would expect, this ended everything for Mr. Gary. And Trevor and
Wow.
Crystal moved in with Granny
She
Bear in
turned him
Katy,
out.
Texas. However, Granny
Wow.
decided to send him to school in Houston so he could be with a family friend.
Oh,
Little
there's the
did Granny
green.
know this family friend was an official Rolling 60s member from Southwest Houston. Well, when Trevor met him, he decided to tell him that he himself was an official Rolling 60s member from LA. He also told him that he went by Woodard in the streets.
Yeah.
If you meet Woodard, you know, he sophomore, junior, your senior year, you know, however.
I'm the reason he ended up going to Hastings.
Okay, just walk us through y'all's relationship.
All right. His grandma stayed in Katy. You already know Katy is not an A-Leaf school.
The suburb.
district. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Fort B and ISD.
Mm-hmm. I stayed.
Damn near
I always
Sugar
stayed at
Land.
A-Leaf, yeah.
Right.
So he was registered to my house to go to Hastings because I went to Hastings.
The school he attended was Elsick Hastings, and it just so happened to be in a Rolling 60s neighborhood. Well, when CMac got there, he began telling everyone that he was an official Rolling 60s member from LA. To make matters
wanted a
worse,
bang,
he even
bro.
told them that they're doing everything wrong. How
Wow.
Suburban Trevor felt like he was in position to tell them anything is beyond me.
So when he came out here to us, he made it seem like he was put on. But you know, I don't know.
He was saying he was from there. He was saying he was on the set.
He was saying he was on the set.
Okay.
You know what
Wow.
I'm saying?
Now, for contrast, let's let Suburban Trevor tell the story himself.
Y'all not doing right out here. Crips don't get along with Crips in LA. And you know, didn't say nothing, kill. And then, you know, they dope me and beat the out of me.
Damn.
Well, that was not the
Damn.
real reason he was DP'd. It was actually
yeah,
for
the-
false claiming 60s.
Oh, I thought it was for the.
You see Crip back around. He's hanging
snatching.
around, and he comes to Hood Day. So that's Texas Hood Day. You talking
Yeah,
about
Texas Hood Day.
for the 60s.
Yeah.
Okay, so he coming to the Hood Day, and at the Hood Day he on the set.
He got boo
Yeah,
bopped.
nah.
According to
Yeah, according to him.
okay, And he has to be like 15, 16, 14 around this time.
16, I'm gonna say 16, 17. Don't get it twisted, he always was big crip, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't, if you get what I'm saying.
The Houston 60s thought that he was an official member from LA and they accepted him in. But once they got a call from LA, everything would go bad.
I wonder who made the call.
A year later, he been thugging with you.
Thugging.
Y'all rocking. You know what I'm saying? And y'all get a call.
Treating them like family and all that.
And y'all get a call from the motherland.
Yeah.
Cali.
Yeah, we talking to him, everything. Woo-woo. They was like, nah, cuz ain't never good put on. So, you already know that's a total offense to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he already been banging that law, but it's just the lies, bro. The lies is that way people can't fuck with.
Don't play with it.
How did y'all react when y'all got the news that he was flogging?
It was, you lied to us, so this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to handle it. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't handle that pressure.
We're going to beat your ass and we're going to put you on.
He took off.
Oh, he took off. After that happened, we don't hear from him.
He wouldn't be heard of in Houston for years. After he was caught cosplaying a Rolling 60, he decided to head back to Cali. And here is where the story gets even more twisted. CMac claims that he went from Houston to South Central at 16.
Packed my shit and ran back to LA. I was on 59th and 8th Avenue by Crenshaw and Slauson by Nips Hood. I was in the Dorset Village with them niggas over there, you know. Then I moved with my auntie on 45th and Western.
But in reality, CMac was living in Chino and attending Fontana High School. If you don't believe me, he actually said it on his old Facebook page, and he's in the class of 2011 yearbook. But
hey, once again, Chino isn't. They make it seem like the IE is a safe haven, right? It's really not, bro. There's a lot of gangs in the IE. And it's also infested with LA gangs. Not only is there the Inland Empire gangs, but then you also got the LA gangs. So it's actually, I would say, up there, bro. Well, I don't want to say it's as bad as LA, but it's real bad, bro. It is real bad.
just because he was living in the suburbs does not mean that he wasn't banging. In fact, he started his own hood.
Damn.
On December 22nd, 2012, Crip Mac officially started the Trey Chino Gator Crips. But wait, later that same day, he actually changed the name to the Trey Deuce Chino Gator Crips. I suppose they moved the block over or something? I don't know. But here's how committed he was. He decided he would get them tatted on his arm. Well, it's actually not a they, because CMac was the only member. Because of this, he had ultimate control, kind of like a Madden franchise. He chose Chino as the city, a gator as the logo, and green as their color. So from what I'd assume, CMac would stand outside his cul-de-sac, wave his green rag, and wait for any devious soccer moms to roll down the block. But
nah, bro, quit acting like Chino got none but soccer moms, bro. If you know about the Sinners, you know what time it's with the Sinners. I got family from Sinners, bro. I got family from Sinners. Okay? Listen, can I be a Gator Crip? I got the green. Listen, I want everybody to know that I'm just clowning. We don't know for this to be true or not. You know, I don't want Crip Mac to feel like we picking on him, because we really not. We're just watching this video and having fun. You feel what I'm saying? Hopefully, I could have him on here one day.
just a week later, their name would change once again, now known as the 4-5 Chino Gators. Well, this only lasted for 8 more days, as CMac then decided that he was a 5-deuce Hoover. He even dissed the whole neighborhood card. Yes, in 2012, Crip Mac claimed Hoover and dissed the whole neighborhood card. If you ask me, that's not keeping it nifty on 50s. Well, his life as an internet Hoover would not last long, as now he was on to claiming different hoods. On January 24th, 2013, CMac was invited to a party hosted by the Trey 57 Pomona Crips. And what do you know?
Hey, the 357s are with the business, bro. I'm gonna name drop because that's my homie. My homie J-Rock from 357. He an older motherfucker now. He probably gotta be in his 40s now. But if he ever gets around to watch this video, salute my boy. I hadn't seen you in a long ass time, but that's the homie.
2 days later, CMac is on Facebook claiming Trey 57 and dissing their opposition. At this point, Crip Mac is like the Tiana Trump of the LA streets. But wait, we're not even in the LA chapter of his life yet, and from here, it only gets worse. Before going to LA, CMac would claim one more made-up set, the 7-1 Chino Villains. Well, this did not last long, and now he was on to his next venture, rapping.
Let's go. Man, it's just getting wild,
The homeless
bro.
problem is getting worse. It's not getting better. Crime is getting...
Let's
Get
go.
money every time. Get money. Your girl likes me, and my swag is so official.
At this point, he's already...
Look, let me just say this. I think that at this age, bro, he didn't have no real friends. I don't think his mom was there for him. I don't think he had a father figure. I don't think he had real family. I think he was just venturing life on him, on himself. Like, it was just him navigating through life, bro. And that's what happens, bro. So listen, to all the homies watching, black homies, Mexican homies, white homies, if you got kids, bro, be there for your fucking kids, bro. Be there for your kids. You know, help them navigate life. Tell them what's right from wrong. Teach them. Spend time with them. Show them a trade, bro. You know, go out with them on the weekend. Spend time with them, because this is really sad, bro. Listen, I ain't got no issues with CMac. He left a comment earlier in my videos, but there ain't no issues at all, bro. But I understand where this is coming from, bro. This is abandonment, my boy. This is being alone and not knowing what to do, having nobody really to like school you, bro. In even family. You know, so to those people that have kids, bro, hold your kids tight, my boy, and teach them the right way. Let's go.
20 years old. He tried being a rolling 60 in Texas, then came back, tried to claim 5 different sets, and then pursue a rap career. So now, what is the next step for CMac the Loc, also known as Suburban Trevor? Well, this is when he finally moved to the city of Los Angeles, moving in with his girlfriend on 111th in Vermont. From here, he tried to get put onto Acacia Block in Compton, but they didn't want him, so he decided to keep it moving. His next try was the infamous rolling 60s, and they decided to let him in. So in August of 2013, CripMac officially joined the Rolling 60s. At 20 years old, his lifelong dream had finally come true. CripMac had made it out of the suburbs and into the streets of South Central LA. The reverse of what everyone else in the world is trying to do. I guess CripMac was the original John Moran. Well, unfortunately, his life as a Rolling 60 would not last long. In fact, after just a year, he was DP'd and put off the set.
However it went, I didn't make the cut through the GP. I got put off, whatever.
His dream life was now over with. He literally tried everything possible to become a respected member of something. He then decided to move to Vegas with his mother for the next year. But after a year in Vegas, CMac returned to South Central LA as he decided to give banging one more try. Sometime between January of 2015 and 2017, CMac was officially put on to 55th Street. This means that he was put on between the ages of 22 and 24 years old. Regardless, from this day, it's been 55th Street ever since. Why they'd accept an applicant like him who's been tossed around,
probably a small hood. You know, not only a small hood, but they probably don't have like, well, I don't want to say that, but you know, probably a small hood, bro. You know. They probably don't have big numbers. You know, there's hoods like that. There's hoods that accept anyone and everyone. And then there's hoods that are very, very picky on who they choose, bro. There's hoods that won't even, they need the numbers, but they won't. Like, they rather have pocos pero locos. Let's go.
No, but here we are. After a year of being a 55th Street member, CMac was arrested and sent to jail for stealing a bike. CMac actually did 2 years in prison where he programmed Time 5. Well, after being released in 2020, he returned to LA with content creation on his mind. At first, it was simply funny videos that caught people's attention, but then he started dissing the Hoovers relentlessly.
I ain't letting up on them. Yeah. Ever.
When the Hoovers saw this, they were shocked because they didn't even know who this was. This is because out of his then 27 years of life, only 3 were actually spent in LA. Thus why the enemies he has whacked out on his forehead claim they've never seen him in their life.
CMac is like really like not a focus in my eyes. I have never seen him. I don't know nobody, none of my friends seen him like, I mean, he just like something to joke around with, like play with it, but worried about that, man. Like,
yeah, everybody in the hood sort of knows everybody, bro. Heard stories.
I gotta ask, how did the beef with you and CMac start?
I'm gonna correct it. First of all, it's not no beef.
Okay.
Like, no, there's no way we beef.
Okay.
That's entertainment. Ain't no such thing as no beef.
Because you never met him, never seen him.
Hey, Jeff 5 gonna be big when he comes home, bro. Hopefully he comes home. I think he gonna drop some good music, and I really feel like he could be the one. Let's go.
I never heard of him before the internet. Like I said, I've been in the streets my whole life. I never heard of him or nothing, so I'm finna beef with him. I'm not finna beef with you over no internet. I got too much street credit for that. Like, I don't know who you are. 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 I don't know who you are.
No one in South Central knew who CMac was
Hey,
because
but
he
he got a
spent
big
his
name,
entire
though.
life in Texas and Chino Hills. Oh yeah, and Las Vegas as well.
I wanna go to
Regardless, it was a
Vegas.
true recipe for YouTube
Move.
success, and Adam22 began taking notice. On March 16th, 2021, the CripMac No Jumper interview was dropped and it went absolutely viral. One thing to notice is that since that video, his voice and cadence has changed completely.
I love it. Sometimes people hit me up and I think it's a setup. So I block the account. You know what I'm saying? You just blocked your biggest fan.
That was a
He
that was a
imitates the gang
character.
life, but he's not a gangbanger. Yeah. It's just not a gang.
Keep It
That's a
Quilted means
character,
you
bro.
keep it the best. Keep It Quilted means comfort that feels good and does.
Well, after the No Jumper interview, all of the fans wanted to see him in his hood. And boom, that's when Andrew Callahan drops the legendary CripMac vlog. After watching the video, the first thing that came to my mind is where are all of his fellow members? Why is it
Damn.
always just him on the block? And vlog
They don't
after
wanna be on
vlog after
cameras,
vlog,
homie.
I could not find any fellow 55th Street members.
Hey.
Where are the 55th Street members?
They don't
The
wanna
whole
be on
world
tape.
needed to know. And unfortunately, we all found out in the worst way possible. In January of
CripMac's
2022,
dad, right?
CripMac's old Facebook page was revealed. All of the posts claiming fake sets, dissing the neighborhood
thanks
card,
to
and
Milk.
saying he's done with banging. And this is when the 55th Street members decided to come out of the woodworks. His fellow members gave him one of the worst DPs in history that lasted over 7 minutes long. But the worst part about it is that they recorded it and uploaded it to the internet. This was dead wrong on so many levels.
Fuck
Yes,
yeah, it was.
CMac should not have posted all that, but why would you disrespect your brother to that extent?
Fact,
And as a
'cause he's not the
30-year-old
brother.
man, why are you letting this happen to you? But that's when we learned that this is how 5-5 treats CripMac on the regular.
You'd have been DP like 5 times.
About 5 times. About 5 times.
Word.
You know, but GP only makes a man stronger because you can survive harder in the county jail.
Yeah.
Trust and salute that hood.
From what I heard in South Central, they call dudes like CMac total crash dummies. Guys like him from the suburbs are treated badly by their set and they're told to do things they don't want to do. Maybe this explains all of the face tats, how he speaks, and why he's always trying to overprove himself. For guys like King Von, for example, they're actually born into this life, almost without a choice. But for CripMac, he decided to move to LA at 21 years old and join a crew that he didn't know a single member of.
But he's going hard
Not to
right now,
mention
though,
that
bro.
he chose to have ops that don't even know he exists. All of this to fill his identity crisis and void for brotherhood. So for all of the young men out there dealing with the same thing, please realize that this is not the way to do it. Going to college or joining the military will fill that void 10 times over. Well, on a positive note, CripMac is extremely entertaining and has a true talent for YouTube. His natural charisma and talent for entertainment got him millions of views. From what I would estimate, the channel probably generated hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. But unfortunately, he keeps giving the
600
keys
keeps
to his
it.
channel to local hood OGs. Whether it's Coach Warren or King Five Fingers or Christopher
Told
Lovejoy,
you.
they all seem to end up with all of his pages and channels. CripMac, stop giving away your channels to people who are gonna leech off you. Stop. You can do this
Facts.
yourself and you can laugh to the bank. Well, that takes us to
Facts.
May of 2023. This is when CripMac was released from prison after
I
a
wanna
year
try
for
that
Billy
dance.
Western.
I want to try that dance. But with an L. How do you do it with
As
an L?
soon as he got out, he started taking everything to the next level. He started dissing everyone and pretty much for no reason. He's actually been challenging everyone to squabble as well. This includes Whack 100, Bosco, and even Blueface. In fact, he's been dissing Blueface for quite a while.
Doing a boxing match. No chance for a boxing match.
I mean, if it happens, it happens.
But Blueface living in
Ain't
his
my
hood,
type of
though. I
crap.
think he's always lived in his hood.
Okay. What is it about Blueface that you say it's not your type
I'm a
of
play ball crip. I really do this shit in real life.
That's
My
fucked
cripping
up,
is
bro.
more legit than
I don't
Kel.
even want to laugh. I don't even want to point, homie.
It's five ever like that. My cripping is five real legit.
Come on, that's
Yeah,
a
I'll
kid
break
picture, though.
Blueface's nose. Yeah,
We all have
I'll
kid
break
photos.
Blueface's nose.
Now everyone was worried about what would happen if Crip Mac ran into Blueface. But what we must remember is that deep down he's still Suburban Trevor from Chino Hills. This is what actually happened when he ran into Blueface.
Blueface, baby.
Lupe, stop talking.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Cuz told me.
Said it's straight, right?
That's my boy. Cuz I'm
Keep it clear.
I fuck with Blueface. I don't think he's lying.
You may be wondering why CMac didn't keep the same energy, but
starstruck.
this might be why.
He was starstruck, bro. And at least as long as you fight, don't matter if you win or lose. Sort of does, but you know, in the end, win, lose, or draw.
I don't even know what to say. Even after he was friendly in person with Blueface, CMac is still dissing him online.
I'm gonna beat Blueface's face. I wanna whoop his scrawny light skin. I wanna bust his face open.
Not only is he internet tough with Blueface, but also with YG as well. Here's a video of Crip Mac meeting YG.
Hey, YG.
To everyone watching, this seems like a pretty normal, friendly conversation. But in the mind of Crip Mac, somehow he pressed YG.
Blueface and YG. I worked with YG, let cuz know where I'm from and my name. He done been bang back with his name. He wanna get extra out. Oh, I'm Buddha, Woochie Wolf, West Side Trees. I know your name, YG, but you gonna come extra out, nigga. You don't know me.
I don't know how he thought that
that
was
video?
the situation, but I guess anything goes for Suburban Trevor.
what
to
the
make matters
fuck?
worse, CMac decided to random.
Bro, I'm gonna give you guys a 1 second reaction. You had the motherfuckers in your face, and you didn't do nothing, but you went to go talk about them on a podcast? Oh, dog. Somebody gotta send me that video. Listen, whoever made it this far, send me that video, please.
This Mozzie.
Recently, you made a post about Mozzie.
Oh, yeah, cuz.
So can you kind of talk about that and explain that a little bit?
My cuz not playing ball like that. Cuz not doing what niggas like I'm doing it for niggas do. You find me?
So just do you.
Ain't taking nothing from what cuz talking
You worry
about.
about everybody else for.
Doing it, cuz you fight me on hustle.
You're not even on the same car as you.
Quit playing with this boy. Tiny hard head FIP.
Clearly, Chino Boy Trevor has no clue what he's talking about. What he doesn't understand is that the difference between down south and up north is that up north it's not just a game. And with that being said, that
Listen. I don't know, bro. I don't know. This was cool. Let me know if you guys like these type of videos, then we'll watch more videos together. I just won't even pause it. We'll just talk over it. But I really think that on that last part right there, it's like, dog, why are you worried about somebody else that's not even from Southern Cali, not even the same color rag as you? And then, you know what I noticed too? When a lot of motherfuckers are playing ball, they forget that motherfuckers already played ball. You feel what I'm saying? Like, or that, I'm gonna put it to you like this. One time me and the homies were out there like on demon time for months, bro, right? Of course, we always did what we did, but there was a certain time where we were on demon time. And I told him, dog, it seems like we're the only ones out here. And he goes, fool, just because you don't see them don't mean they're not out here. They're out here, you know. And that always stuck with me. But check this out. I'm going to kill this video. We're laying, call it a day. No disrespect to CMac whatsoever. No disrespect to whatever that young man got going on. Like I said, we just watching. It's all entertainment. Hopefully I could have him up here one day and we could have a good-ass conversation. Ain't no drama, ain't no beef. Other than that, I'm Blue Devil. This has been a TheHaterWorld production, and we out.